Hello, beautiful beings, hello, divine creators. We wanted to bring a message through, or a reading through rather, for the new moon in Leo, total solar eclipse on the 12th of August, which also coincides with the Lionsgate portal closing. So we know better than to rule out the closure of Lionsgate. We've actually found that on the 12th is when we feel the most potent of energies, as everything's like, okay, whatever has been not done yet, whatever's been left undone, let's wrap it up. Because all of us, including you, you're thorough when you do your work, right? No stone is left unturned. You're ready for this abundance. So let us see what's coming through for you, those who are here watching. Okay, it's going to be collective. We were thinking maybe a feel your vibe or pick your card, but no, we're receiving. This is happening to all of you, for all of you who are inspired to witness, to participate, and to receive from this transmission. We are Kemet, Kalatura Vegesh Katurava Ashkatir Kare Ella Torava Kale Elemetosh Katur Kiriesh Katura Zatorava Keshka Kela Alotor Kelemeto Lavash Kirieje Turka Eshka Irsat Kare Eletolava Lovele Metriesh Kiatoravala Raeshkia Turozaletesh Zato Kuro Tarlemeteshkia Turovalove. Okay, let us begin. For the 12th of August, for the new moon in Leo total solar eclipse, for the Lionsgate closure, what do we receive in this time period right now? We're receiving this energy will keep being in effect for the next 3 weeks. 3 weeks. Those of you receiving this, it's like we are connecting to that energy right now. We're bringing it through, and the way in which we are receiving it, the way in which we are calling it in right now, it'll play in our energy fields for the next 3 weeks after you've watched this, and it feels very blessed, very like you have a company of good energy around you, like a company of good luck, of good vibes, of good things happening. Okay, it really feels like it works hand in hand with the reading of what's happening the next 21 days. And all the other readings are beautiful, and August just being a gift. Okay, so we're already nearing mid-August, so the next 3 weeks will be the rest of August and perhaps the first week of September. Okay, Kaloshka Elematosh, Kalaeshka Era, connecting to the Leo collective. Kalatura Valavesh, Vazakir, Travele, Metolava Atosh, Kiria Oto, companionship with the elephant energy. Giving someone your complete presence is an astonishing gift. And we feel you have done the beautiful work to allow yourself your complete presence. As such, you have the availability and the capacity to give others your full presence. Only what you give unto yourself can you give to another, right? You can't be present for another when you're not present for yourself. That's the idea of presence. You think you're being present, but if you're not present for yourself, you cannot be present for another. It's impossible. You are creating outside of self to try to be within self. That is counterintuitive. So you have done the powerful work to allow your presence, the higher self, your higher dimensional being, your soul, your spirit, your essence, your source frequency, to be present within you. Thus, you are the presence of you right now. The presence of your higher self is with you in the present physical form. As such, you are now connecting to others who are in this space. You're connecting with all in this space. In fact, even those who are perhaps not present, in your presence they are. You bring them to presence. You bring them to the present, which is why you might find other people get a bit taken aback when they encounter you, because now clarity, now truth, now vulnerability, now authenticity, where they would maybe shy away from their truth or perhaps put up walls they cannot with you. You see right through the walls. There are no walls in your presence. You don't attract those walls up because it's work. We're here to be open. You be open, we be open, let's have fun. As soon as you put up walls to defend or out of fear, out of protection, that's when you now create all the resistance. But when you allow yourself your full presence and presence, it is organically divine, protected, safe. You don't need to put walls up. Only those who are within the frequency of you can meet you. Like all scripture says, only those who are holy can meet you in holiness, right? And that's what it means. You being whole in being, you now attract those, or you can only really be in the presence of those who are whole within you. If they're not whole with you, it feels off. You're not interested in that energy. It feels deception. You just feel deception immediately. So we are feeling here there is a huge call for companionship for all of you who have been on this journey. Even if you are in a romantic relationship, this is not a companionship of romance. This is soul connections. You're now beginning to encounter and to call in crystalline, we're going to crystalline frequencies of soul companions. And you are only really willing to meet them at this time. Every version of your soul energies or soul companions you've been meeting have been meeting you at your stage of development, your stage of preparation, your stage of healing, of nurturing, of clearing and cleansing. They were not meant to be with you for the long term unless they were going with you exactly at the same frequency, perhaps differently, but a lot of you are going to find a lot of your current companions or company you're keeping will fade away. Very naturally. It won't be something dramatic or weird. You are all just being sorted into your different frequency resonances. And your angels and your guides and your team, they are working behind the team to bring these connections to you. So this is one of the gifts and the blessings of this new moon in a Leo solar eclipse. And Lionsgate, you're wrapping up an old era and opening up a whole new era, and this new era comes with new people, new connections. And those of you in existing romantic, your relationship is upgrading, but it's interesting because it feels like if you two are meant to be, it's destined. You're not forcing this. You're not forcing yourself to get together because it's what people have to do. Should you two be organically aligned to be together, you are upgrading to a whole new way of being. Should you have been forcing yourselves to be together, you're going to find as you shift, you're just not compatible. And again, the relationship will just melt away without any drama. Both of you will feel this just doesn't feel right anymore. And no matter what the situation is, even if you're in a family unit and you have children, and yet you're not really compatible, you will find a way in which you can be there for the children, be a family unit without necessarily being together. You are just healthier. You'd rather be friends and raise your children together, meeting maybe other people and having, your children having parents who are friends and like each other and who are loving them, as opposed to parents forcing each other to be together and not enjoying each other's energy and them having to deal with that tension. You'd rather have your children be in happy, healthy environments of love than in forced environments of the idea of love, which is just argumentative and head-butting. You see, these heads are together in a caress, not in anger, not in opposition. dragonfly is really sticking out here, and we feel it in the lotus, but the dragonfly really a lot. So we're feeling a very higher, a transcendent energy coming in. As though you are living in a whole new reality and realm. You're stepping into it, but also living it, embodying it. It's materialized, and so these beings, these collective beings, these soul connections, they're not contracts, because the contracts then is binding. It's a lesson. There's no contract. This is like a contract. This feels like alignment, soul alignments, beings who are just aligned and resonant for you for perhaps lifetimes and lifetimes. But there's no binding. There's no, oh, there's a lesson we're here to learn together, so we need to force our energies together in order to know. There's no karmic energy here. These are divine soul alignments, soul agreements, soul co-creations, not contracts. The time of contracts is done for those of you who are witnessing this. We know there are other readers who are bringing out, oh, soul contracts are being restated and stuff, and that's just different dynamics and different energies and different. Everybody's creating in different energies, different realities, and different experiences. The Aquarian realm is all about everybody doing you, how you want to do you, how you want to do you. And those of you who are aligned to this reading, you're no longer interested in contracts. You are very much happy for alignments, co-creations, collaborations, resonances. You want your freedom. You see the birds here. Freedom first and foremost. You do not want anything tying you down into a space you don't want to be in, even if it's for the other, no matter how well-meaning it is. You're not willing to sacrifice yourself for another's path. You are whole, and you assist them from your wholeness, and they need to do the work to step into their wholeness. You're happy to be there. Should the alignment be there, you're happy to be there, but yet you are whole. There's not an aspect of them is asking you to compromise or sacrifice your truth. You understand that true devotion doesn't require sacrifice. True devotion truly is freedom. The freedom of being. Ancient ancient prophecies being fulfilled. This feels like these soul connections are they're destined, fated. They're part of a prophecy. So you might feel that you connecting with these new beings, it feels complete, like a missing part which you never knew was missing is now complete. Not that you're not complete, you're very complete, you're very whole, and that's the whole thing. You are whole, and yet with these new companions, with these new experiences, there's a deepening of the wholeness. So it feels like the person or the experience is completing you, even though when you're apart from this person, or when you've completed the experience, you still feel whole. It doesn't, there's no, oh, I miss them, I need them to be here. No, you're very, very happy in your own energy. You're full. You are so full. You never miss anyone because you're so content. You're so content in your wholeness. You more just want to spend time with them. So it's more of an intuitive relationships, intuitive companions, intuitive experiencing of life. New soul agreements. Yes, not contracts, agreements. Agreements. You both agree to be. And when it's not agreeable any longer, you release. There's such a big emphasis on you're not binding yourself to anything anymore. You are honoring your source first and foremost. Very interesting. Even if you look at the elephants here, If you look at this vine, right, it's wrapped around the same legs, their own legs, and they have a few here coming up, but it's not going into their space. And here too, these are wrapped around this being. It's not intertwining. You are honoring yourself, and in this honoring of self, you come together with those who honor themselves, and it's a higher honoring. Okay, let's pull some tarot. Let's go deeper. It feels not only to do with human energy or human connection. This can also be with animals, maybe a new fur baby or scale baby or feather baby. Let's not discriminate against the other babies. You might be assisting or just having a coming together with. It can also speak of your career, the companionship, the relationship between your space, your work, your environment, your home. This is quite global in its encompassing. It doesn't feel limited to relationships. Ace of Pentacles. At the bottom, the Sun. Yes. And the Sun has always been Six of Wands. And the Queen of Wands at the bottom. Yeah, this is beautiful. These cards feel aligned. Yes, 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 and yes. Anything else? No. No. Okay. Okay. And then Judgment at the top of the deck. Flipped over. Okay, so the only card that actually flipped over was the Ace of Pentacles. Then we have the Sun card, the Six of Wands, the Queen of Wands, and the Lovers card at the bottom of the deck coming through, wanting to bring more insight. And at the top of the deck, as we flip the deck over to clear it, this stayed at the bottom on the board here. And we have the Judgment card. So beautiful. So we'll first begin with the Ace of Pentacles. Again, we felt that whole with the dragonfly transcendence, a higher frequency, a whole new pathway. And again, you see more than just relationships. It's your physical reality is on the space of grounded connection with everything. Even if you have a garden, when you're in the nature, in even the city, urban life, there's no discrimination between nature, the natural nature, and the urban built world. All are in oneness. There's a union, there's a merging of frequency where everything is aligned through the source energy, and it creates a very intuitive, organic experience even in the man-made world. For you, it's the energy is saying man-made is made from man, who is made of natural, thus it's actually natural. There's no longer a separation between it. You, those of you who are aligned to this reading, you no longer are going to experience a separation between nature and urban, or technology and artificial and natural. There's no longer a separation anymore. You no longer give power to separation. Thus, you no longer speak the man-made artificial technology into fear or into badness. You awaken it to be companion, to be holy. You are allowing all these, the modern age, to be holy, to be sacred in itself. This is powerful. This is a realm of no fear. It's absolute bliss, love, paradise. And it's like those of you who are in this space, you experience it, you exist there. Everything else is gone. Anybody else is existing in the fear, they just disappear from your life. They're just gone. Gone. Only those who can honor you here are there. And only those who are ready to elevate and transition and ascend and transcend there, they perhaps might align to you and then come through on their own journey. Then they can be there, but it's almost like the promised land, right? Only those who've actually taken the journey can be in the promised land. And unlike Moses, you get to be in the promised land too. You are also promised the reward. It's not the old age energies of the Aryan frequency where to be honest, when we are connected to that energy, Moses wasn't denied the promised land. It was interesting. Universe is saying, listen. Universe is saying, listen, Moses wasn't denied the promised land as the Bible or the scripture says in order because he did something, blah, blah, blah. No, he was, first of all, he did the thing. It was time for him to rest. It was not time for him to go into a whole new place, have to now set new rules and that. He's like, no, it's done. He went to heaven. He went to the paradise. They went to the promised land where they were free, and Moses went to paradise where he could rest and be. Is what we're seeing straight here. So you are all in paradise. Okay, this isn't a place of where now it's a whole new establishment, because it would be more work for Moses. It would be more work. Yes, it's free and stuff, but it's more work. It's a whole new society. It's new rules. It's more work. He wasn't meant to do more work. He's now done. Now he gets to go to paradise. But then, of course, it was rewritten in order for shame and blah, 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 judgment, yada, da, 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 da. It's really important that you feel the essence of the energies when you're reading anything, or even receiving from all of us, right? But especially when you're reading man-made or that just old texts, because the codes are powerful, yet some of the codes are for that time, and it's very important that you understand that many of the codes were rewritten. It's so important. There's something very important about that whatever you're receiving, feel it. Should it feel resonant, take. Should it not, release. And in that resonance, you can then receive the true data. And it's just funny how I was like, we just want to correct that quick. I was like, of course. You let us know what you experience. And not so much suffering. Moses is saying, not so much suffering was actually had by so many beings in that book. It's almost like they put a lot of drama. They're saying they really amped up the suffering in order to create fear. It wasn't that hectic. We're receiving. It wasn't that hectic. Okay, Moses is saying we are aligning it or comparing it to your own personal paths, right? As much as you went through a lot to awaken, to get to your promised land, right? You went through it. There's an acknowledgement you went through it, right? But it was also something you could handle and something you could manage. It wasn't something that was, oh my goodness. Some of it was really to the end of the edge, yet you would overcome it. And they're like, that's how it actually felt for all of those beings, because it's exactly the same thing. You're just doing it in a different timeline. But you get to go into your paradise. You're not judged for, oh, but because you didn't do this, so you don't get to go to the promised land. Like, there's no such thing. That's now where the rules came in. Oh, so you have to behave this way in order for you to, and there's no such thing. You being in your truth is the key. That's very important. It feels very important. And as we're saying this, you're receiving the codes. It's just allow the words to flow through you and within without being too stuck on them. There's vibrational key points to this that's really centering and allowing you. But we don't even have to say this, for we know you all get this. It's just for perhaps those, no, all of you get this. So it's like saying, Kemet, they've got this. Just don't worry. Don't have to over-explain a thing here, which is beautiful. It's so nice to know that the frequency we are attracting in readers are those who, or listeners are those who are attuned. It really, everything is just really so much easier. Okay, and then we have the Sun card, the Six of Wands, the Queen of Wands, and the Lovers, and these were at the bottom of the deck. So this is saying, so what's happening in this new paradise that you're stepping into, in this beautiful new portal? So, in your paradise, in your personal promised land, the sun is shining upon you at all times. You exist. And look, the eagle energy there, you are one with source, that higher perspective, right? And you are free, and you're grounded, and you're happy, and you're fulfilled, and you're joyous, and you're in such a beautiful space. You're happy. You're so happy, and you're free. There's a huge emphasis on freedom here. A huge emphasis on freedom. Your own personal freedoms. Your existence. Limitless. Okay. You are seen, you are celebrated. You are seen, you are celebrated, you are respected, you are honored, you are praised, and they mean it, you are praised. So praise is due to you where it's due. Should someone owe you thanks, they come and they say thank you, they acknowledge it. You know, it's not that weird energy where you assist somebody and then because of their ego they don't even say thank you, or they pretend it happened somewhere else, or they don't acknowledge it. Every single being acknowledges what you do, and they show gratitude, and they make sure that you hear it. And it's not because you need the validation, it is an honoring. It's no, that person that experienced those words really assisted me, and I now say thank you, and I'm grateful to you and for you for that which you have shared with me. There's a great honoring of you, and praise in the sense that there's no jealousy here, there's no envy, so they will happily brag to everyone about you, but it's not in a bragging like, oh, they're mine. It's not in a showy offy, it's they will celebrate you. I suppose brag is not really the best frequency to really explain what we are feeling. It's not boastful, it is, they celebrate you. They really celebrate you, and they champion you. That's it, they champion you. They're not shy of referring you to someone, like, you know, if there's somebody, if maybe they have a connection to somebody who maybe has resources or who has a very high influence in something, they will be like, oh my goodness, you need to meet this person because of ABC. They're not going to try and keep it to their own secret stash or networking, keep it quiet. They're not going to try to prevent you from succeeding. If they know that you meeting that person assists to amplify you and elevate you, they are going to, and it's intuitive. It's not that they're trying to calculate it. If intuitively they feel, oh, you really need to meet this person, they make it happen. It's not just like, oh yeah, I'll introduce this person, ha ha ha, and then you never hear of it. No, this is, we're introducing you to this person, and then you get the message, you get the connection that evening or that afternoon. There's a connection. They're emailing. It's done. There's no delay, and that's because it's like there's an energy of we want to get things done so we can move on, not keep things delaying so that the old energy remains stagnant. Freedom again. To keep energy in that stagnant feels like it weighs you down. I'd rather, for example, if I meet someone, meet Kemet, meets you beautiful beings, right? And then I know someone who might assist you who's watching this. If I know this and I tell you, oh, by the way, I'm going to introduce you to that person, they're going to help. But then I keep it, and I was like, oh, I forgot, I must introduce. Now it stays there, it lingers. A month later, oh, you're right, I forgot, I mentioned to introduce. But again, it lingers. As opposed to receiving inspiration, you two should meet immediately. Hey, now you're on your phone texting that other person, immediately saying, there's somebody I want you to meet. I'm going to arrange something, and you arrange it right there and there. it doesn't take anything from you to do that immediately, or from you to do it immediately. And now it's done, and now it's up to you to what you do of it. Now I can move on. But there's a sense of, because I intuitively know it's going to work, it's beautiful, I already celebrated and it's wonderful. But there's no, you know what I mean? There's no BS, there's no bullshit. I'm going to say it as it is, there's no bullshit. It is nice and clear and beautiful, and you are celebrating. And you're separated from the bullshit. That's coming in very strongly. So saying, it's just say it. It's important that they just know this and say it and shake it off. The Queen of Wands. This is you. You are source in action. We love the Queen of Wands energy. It's one of our favorites in the tarot, actually. It might be our favorite in the tarot. Besides the Empress and the High Priestess, we enjoy those two too, but we love the Queen of Wands. Why? Because the Queen of Wands is feminine frequency. That's the receiving. You're receiving. And yet it also has the masculine energy of the wands, the fire. So it's actioning. You are receiving and actioning without going into the mind. It's intuitive. And with the beautiful black cat, the energy, intuitive and magic. It's alchemy, it's creativity, it's passion, sensuality. It's beautiful, it's dynamic, sexuality, it's expression, it's expressive, it's glorious, wild, untamed, and yet grounded within divinity. Really gorgeous energies. And this is how you are. You're so attractive. And the feminine energy, receptive mode. You're just attracting all these beautiful experiences in which you can create upon, within. It's glorious. And then the Lovers, really reiterating, echoing the companionship card here. This beautiful harmony with the divine. Communication is so clear because Lovers is Gemini card, and we just felt Gemini, Mercury, communication. Communication is clear because communication, again, with the Queen of Wands, receiving from source. There's no receiving from source. Let me think about it and tweak it to no receiving. You're just channeling, just like as we are receiving this data and we are channeling through, right? Let us connect, light codes. Sacred union between you and the divine, you and source, you and universe. The path you have taken, you have purified the connection between you and source, you and universe, you and God, you and energy, you and spirit, however you see it, because you're no longer accessing that energy, accessing your frequency, accessing source, universe, spirit through the opinion or the external frequency. So you've purified it. So it's so sacred and sovereign. You've never needed to do A, B, and C in order to be source. You've never needed to, and yes, we're not speaking about the journey you've taken, your soul journey, which was required for you to release what you had created, preventing you from really accessing your energy. This is more, you do not need to say 100 meditations or 100 prayers before you can enter the kingdom. You don't need to go to a specific ritual every single week in order to connect. You don't need to go into a certain temple and building to connect. You're always there. You have allowed yourself to be the temple of the divine yourself as you are. And that's powerful. You have restored your sacredness, and you have purged the idea, the illusion that you are not sacred, because it's illusion. You are a sacred being. You're no longer in the illusion, in the ego control, trying to convince you you're not worthy. You are now in the full acknowledgement of your worth and your value. And then, as we were flipping the deck over to set it aside, the card that was left was Judgment. And this we're feeling very strongly for this period, Revelations. Okay? Judgment, Revelations, that which you are is being revealed. It's being revealed. And you're not fearing it. You do not fear what you are about to experience. You're actually looking forward to it. You've actually been saying, universe, I'm amazing. Let the physical show me and show everyone how amazing I am. You're not fearing what's being revealed. Only those who operate in fear, who are operating in the absence of self, they fear Judgment Day. They fear Revelations. It's actually quite funny how only those who are actually religious are the ones who actually truly fear Revelations and Judgment Day. But those who aren't in that space, actually we're quite chill. We look forward to it. It's like, finally, can the truth now finally be shown? So we can just get on with it. It's the energy we're getting from us, from the collective who are in this space. And that's almost even the humor the universe is saying. That's the humor of the illusion and the conditioning. It really distorts one to such an extent that they don't even realize what you're doing. So for all of you who are in the space of this beautiful frequency, of this new energy, of this new way, this new land, this new experiencing, that which you are is being revealed in this whole new way, in this whole new space, this whole new reality that you are now embodying and being in. Not even embodying, you already embodied it, that you are now just living in. You're just living in this beautiful space. It's a whole new life. It's a whole new experiencing. And look at how all your ancestors, your spirit guides, are all looking. These are all the energies you've been working with, looking over you, protecting you, because what you are doing is allowing such a powerful shift in consciousness and in way of being, evolution. You are the evolving frequencies, evolving humanity. It's so sacred. Even though it might have felt very messy and very uncomfortable, the process you have been going through is absolutely sacred and divine. You are a sacred divine being. And you're so protected. You're so protected. Wow. And loved and seen. And you're about to really feel it to the depth of your frequency, how seen and loved you are. There's a lot of magic with this too. There's a lot of magic. And we mean magic. We don't mean illusion shows and stuff. We mean magic, old school magic with a K, magic. There's a lot of magic happening. That alchemy, that ancient alchemy awakening, but in a new way. In a purer way than it even had even then. Interesting. In a purer way than it was even in the past. The gods awaken on earth again. The truth of the gods, what they truly were, within you, for you are them, you are the expression, you are the gods awakening in human form on earth again. And you're just remembering it, you're awakening to it in a full, realized way. Cartele eshkra kikatur kelemeto labalo eshkaraturo se eskiatirosa. Kiria kirieshkaza ototola velemetos kiaturo kiera kiatura velemeshatu. Riesh reazika kikaduro tala elemetola ala eshkia. Ora eshkia talaba lotos kaet. The divine embrace the divine. The divine embrace the divine. You are the divine embrace you, Kalosh. Okay. Beautiful beings, we are so excited for what is for you. We have no words to even describe what it is, but we are so excited for what is for you at this time. Thank you so much for joining us. We look forward to the materializations in your blessed life. Should you wish to have a personal reading with us, you can book at demelauniverse.com. And we love you all a great deal. Blessed be.